This is a video for replacement rear view window driver side on a 2013 Chevy Volt. These are the tools that you're going to need. I bought these tools for $2 on eBay. There's a 7mm wrench and a 10mm wrench that are going to be needed. This is the broken rear view mirror that we have here that we're going to replace today. You can see the turn signals in the mirror. You'll take this little panel off using this little tool here. It pops right out. It's really not that hard. I'm making it more difficult than it actually looks. And here's the panel piece. There's another panel piece up on top. You want to take it out from the top first. The bottom has two little clips that clip in. And then this is a 7mm wrench to take out the two bolts in the door handle. And then there's one more additional bolt up top. So these two bolts come out. They're 7mm. The video has been sped up. I'm not quite that fast. And an identical bolt up at the top, also 7mm, comes right out. There it is. And now we're going to release the door panel. All you need to do is get the first clips released here, and then you can do the rest by hand. This is the panel, the tool that I bought on eBay for $2. It came with 4 of them. I'm going to pop the rest of the door off. There's a whole bunch of clips down here. The door pops off, and then there are 2 connections, one for the door handle, and then you really only need to take out the connection for all the electrical stuff. And then here's where you access both the screws and the electrical components for the rear view mirror. There's a little clip on top that you have to push down. Here I am trying to figure this thing out. My son did it for me. But those are the electrical connections for the mirror. That has to be removed before you can get the mirror off. These are the 3 screws inside. These are 10mm bolts. You can also access the rearmost bolt, actually see it from the windowsill there. Those are 10mm bolts. It comes with its own washer that's attached. You don't need to worry about dropping that, although I did drop all these screws. My son was making fun of me about this. This is the connection for the window, for the rear view mirror, I should say. And here's a little clip in the front of these 3 screws that has to be released before you can take this off. Here I'm releasing this by pulling up and down, slowly removing it, and again removing the electrical components as well. There's the broken mirror coming off, and here's the new mirror going on. Feed that wire through, connect the little snap in there, and that'll hold it well enough so that you can apply the other 3 bolts from the inside. Here you need to connect, can't forget to connect the electrical components once again. Tuck those back inside. I use a little tissue paper to hold the bolt so that it doesn't fall inside the door. Well, this wasn't completely successful. Again, my son was making fun of me for this. And all 3 bolts go in identical fashion. They're identical bolts with attached washers. Snug those down. Again, for the rearmost bolt, you can look from the top. Here we reapply the inside door panel. Has to fit over the top of the door lock mechanism. We're going to do a function check here, make sure everything works. Door locks work, turn signals work. Windows are working, and we'll need to check the mirror as well. pop that whole thing back on after you make sure everything's working. Just need to kind of pound it in there. It's not that difficult. This whole project took us about a half an hour, and this is the first time I did this. It wasn't a terribly difficult project. And we'll need to place the two 7mm bolts there and the one 7mm bolt there. They're all identical and interchangeable. Screw that in snugly. And the other one, both of those went in. Cut some of that out of there so to make the video more easy to watch. And then the one more bolt goes up there by the door handle. Snug that bolt down. That's again a 7mm wrench. Again, the video's been sped up. I'm not quite that fast. And finally, place the cover back, starting at the bottom. You can see there's two prongs that fit into the bottom first. Snap that sucker in there, and you're all done.